The government has imposed new sanctions on 18 Russian spies it says are responsible for a years-long campaign of cyber attacks, assassination attempts and sabotage in the UK and other countries. Britain has now also joined new EU sanctions against Russia, which will cut the amount it makes from oil exports. A move France says will hit Moscow so hard it'll be forced into a ceasefire with Ukraine. Our security correspondent Frank Gardner has been considering whether the sanctions will work.
A roll call of Russian spies. According to the British government, it sanctioned 18 of them, accusing them of cyber attacks, arson, attempted assassinations here in Britain and across Europe, including the chemical attack in Salisbury 7 years ago, when Russian military intelligence agents smeared Novichok nerve agent on a door handle. They were targeting the Skripals, the KGB defector Sergei and his daughter Yulia, who barely survived. 5 years earlier, Britain says they hacked into Yulia's phone, tracking her movements. Today, the Foreign Secretary spoke about the sanctions. The Kremlin should be in no doubt, he said. We see what they're trying to do in the shadows, and we won't tolerate it. That's why we're taking decisive action with sanctions against Russian spies. Others on the list are alleged to have helped bomb the Ukrainian city of Mariupol 3 years ago, notably its theatre, clearly marked as sheltering children. Around 300 people were reportedly killed in what was one of the worst atrocities of the Ukraine war. The war has damaged some of Russia's oil facilities. This was the result of a Ukrainian drone attack. Today, they were hit by a new package of EU sanctions, lowering the price cap on legal oil purchases from $60 down to $47. Russia brushed it off. The Russian economy will survive the 18th package of EU sanctions, said Dmitry Medvedev, and Moscow will carry on hitting Ukraine with increasing force. But to do that, Russia needs to keep on selling its oil. And Western sanctions have so far largely failed. China and India buy huge amounts of Russian oil. So the only way sanctions would really bite on Russia is if President Trump carried out his threat to slap sanctions on anyone buying Moscow's oil. But until then, the war in Ukraine continues. Russia shows no sign of wanting a ceasefire. Instead, says Britain, it's hell-bent on destabilising Europe and punishing those countries, like Britain, that are supporting Ukraine. Frank Gardner, BBC News.